So, in the last lecture, we solved something and concluded that the output voltage is half cos t plus sin t. Input is cos t, right? Input was cos t, and the output was half cos t plus sin t. Now, it is possible that few of you or maybe most of you might not have understood how we have arrived at the answer. Are you getting me? Because as explained in the last lecture itself, it is not so easy, but as time proceeds, you will be getting a good insight of it. However, there is something which we can still do. Now I think there is no need for me to draw the voltage. I hope it is now can be easily understood. V in T we have applied, which is now cos T in this case, and VOT we have found out, that is equal to half cos T plus sin T is what we claim. Where this is 1 and this is 1 ohm, 1 farad. Now, it is likely that you might not have understood how we have found out the answer. However, still, but that is not the end of the story. Let us say this is the answer. At least can you verify this can be the answer? Are you getting me? How can you verify? Yes, this is the answer. Are you getting me? See that by some magic way, means yesterday we did something which you didn't understand. Means it's something magic. Means somehow there may be few people you are maybe aware of, to whom you may ask some question, they give the correct answer. How do they do? We don't know. So the question, what was the question? Question was V in T was applied here. V in T was applied here, which was equal to cos T. And somehow by magic we got this answer. But whether this is the correct answer or not, can you verify right now? Whether this is the correct answer or not is the question. Can you verify? How to verify? How do we verify? The answer is to be obtained by using Kirchhoff's laws, which we could not obtain, let us say. We could not obtain. We tried. Few might have understood. Okay, alright. Few might not have understood. So, we could not obtain, but somebody tells you this is the answer. Means in the book also you have problems, and at the end of the few books there are answers to the problem. So you get the problem, you try to solve the problem. If you are able to solve on your own, it is good. But if you are not able to solve, you look at the final answer. Then it is likely that out of those who could not solve the problem and find out the answer, many of them are able to understand that this is the answer. There are different steps. First of all, when first step, a question is asked. Then there are two cases. The question is understood or the question is not understood. If the question is not understood, then there is end to it. It can't progress. Then the question is understood. When the question is understood, it can be solved, it cannot be solved. If it is solved, there is no end to it because the matter is over. Question is asked, question is not understood, matter is over, progress can't be done. Question is understood, answer is found out, aim is achieved, that finishes. But question is understood, but answer can't be found. You come at this point. Then at this point, answer is supplied to you. Then, after getting the answer, you should convince yourself, yes, this is the answer to the question. So, can you convince with this? You got me? Forget about by what methods we achieve this answer. I am not interested right now. Whether somebody claims that this is the answer, is it the correct answer? How will you justify? How will you cross check? How will you cross check? If answer is to found out by using Kirchhoff's laws, then somebody has told you the answer, that answer must satisfy Kirchhoff's laws. Are you getting me? Using Kirchhoff's laws we can find the answer, but we could not find because of some differential things coming into picture. So I told you one way which you might or might not have understood. It is right now not important for me. This is the answer which you are offering. Now you cross verify. Yes, this is the answer. How will you do it? Let us take some time. Everybody should work. Kirchhoff's simple law should be satisfied. It's a series circuit. So at this point you apply Kirchhoff's law. It is so simple that the Kirchhoff's law doesn't arise because the current will come from this to this and from this to this. So this current must be equal to this current. That's the only Kirchhoff's law. So this current must be equal to this current. Means IRT must be equal to ICT. What is IRT? IRT is VT minus VOT upon R, which is 1. So what is VT minus VOT now? So VT minus VOT is IR, and that must be equal to what? ICT. What is ICT? What is ICT? ICT is C T by dt. What is C? C is 1 here. What is dVC? VC is VO. So dVOT by dt. What is dVOT by dt? What is dVOT by dt? That is equal to half minus sin t plus cos t. Half I can say cos t minus sin t. So VNT minus VOT is what we can say IRT. What is it now? What is VNT? Cos t. What is VOT? Minus half into bracket cos t plus sin t is equal to IRT. And what is ICT? This half into bracket cos t minus sin t. What is this? Cos t minus half cos t means cos. So what IRT equal to? Is it correct? Half cos t minus. Is it right? Cos t minus half cos t is half cos t, and this minus half sin t. Is it all right? So ICT is that, IRT is this, so that both are equal. The answer is correct. Is it clear? The answer is correct. Actually, cos t plus sin t can also be said to be cos of t plus something. It can also be expressed, cos t plus sin t can also be expressed as cos of t plus something. So at least you have convinced yourselves that this is the answer of the problem asked. Even though you could not find out the answer, you are convinced that this is the answer. Now let us do it differently by considering some different problem. Few of you may start with this. It is 2, it is 4, it is 5, and it is VNT is equal to cos 10 cos 10. What is the answer? Is it whether the problem is clear? that circuit components value I have changed, input signal I have changed. How to find out the answer? Now yesterday's technique we did something. It will, I appeal to you, you can revisit the things in the book, or you can get the copy and rewatch it and try to understand. But today I will give you a very simple version. So, if input is a sinusoid, I give now a brute force method. I give a brute force method. If input is a sinusoid, means cos, sine, whatever it may be, then output is always a sinusoid of same frequency and with some phase shift. That can be written as, so output VOT will always be equal to A cos 10t plus B sin 10t. Whenever I apply a sine wave of omega equal to 10, whenever I apply a sine wave with omega equal to 10 for an RC network, then the output will always be a sinusoidal waveform of frequency 10. What its phase will vary, its amplitude will vary. So A and it can be represented in two forms. One is that magnitude sine of 10t plus phi. That is capital V sine of 10t plus phi is one way, but expanding it in phi, it may create some problems to you. So simple method is always the output at any point of, whenever there is one sinusoid in the circuit, voltage at any point or current at any to any path is always of the form A cos 10t plus B sin 10t, where A and B may vary depending upon where you are. So output is always this A cos 10t plus B sin 10t. So what is the thing to be found out now? Value of A and B. Is it clear now? So you are given the form of the out solution. You are given the form in which output will be. So find A and B now. Let us see how you proceed. So I just rewrite here only. So this is now 2, this is 5, and this is cos 10t. This is cos 10t, and you will find it also. Find out VOT. It is given that it has to be A cos 10t plus B sin 10t, and find A and B now. It is a very simple classwork that everybody must be able to perform now. So again same technique, IR equal to IC, IRT equal to ICT. What is IRT? So simple Kirchhoff's law we apply for the single mode circuit. IRT is equal to, now V in T, that is cos 10t minus VOT. What is it? A cos 10t plus B sin 10t. Upon what now? Now not upon 1, but upon 2. That is equal to what? C dV by dt. C is what? 5. 5 into its derivative into what it is? A cos 10t means minus A sin 10t into 10. So minus 10A sin 10t, and for sin t plus 10B cos t. So what will happen now?
C dV by dt.
And it is simple. You just collect cos t terms on one side, sin t, cos t terms, sin t terms. So their coefficient must be equal. So we can proceed. It is half cos 10t minus a by 2 cos 10t plus b by 2 sin 10t. So what it is now? For cos, it is half minus a by 2 cos 10t plus b by 2 sin 10t. Where? Plus minus b by 2, right? So on this side, what is the case? 5 into 10, 50. 50b cos t plus minus 50a sin t. So cos t term should be equal. So half
Cos 10t by
minus a by 2
cos 10t by
is equal to
बरोबर आहे का 10t
50b and
राइट साइडला
minus b by 2
dv by dt d by dt आहे cos 20
is equal to minus 50a. Right? Is it alright? You can find a and b. You can use any method.
तिकडच्या साइड
So I think that with this you can find a and b. Is it alright? You can find a and b and you can find the answer. Now what you can do? After these two equations, you keep some half page space which you can complete later, because solving simultaneous equations cannot be an undergraduate level task. So let us go for the next problem.
किती मिनिटं झाली इक्वेशन बोलत आहे दोन इक्वेशन दोन मिनिटं
Again we start with a simple problem. 1 ohm, 1 Henry, V in t equal to cos t. Find VOT. Find VOT. For inductor, the equation is V equal to L di by dt. For inductor, the equation is V is equal to L di by dt. So again, assumption same. VOT is to be assumed as A cos t plus B sin t. VOT is to be assumed as A cos t plus B sin t, and you have to proceed. So it is always A cos t plus B sin t. And let us see how you are able to proceed further. Here you may be required to go for some integration, but you can avoid integration. You can avoid integration also.
ILT ना
How can you avoid integration? I will give you a hint. You may go for integration, there is no harm, but somewhat less mean just like left and right hand. Right hand is derivative, left hand is integration. Right hand is NPN transistor, left hand is PNP transistor. Means both are very similar, but you are somewhat less comfortable with NPN PNP transistor with integration rather than you are more comfortable with derivative NPN transistor. So now what we can have, I will redraw it at the center place. It is cos t and it is a cos t plus b sin t. Now we have to proceed in a simple way. What is this current? V in t minus VOT upon 1. So IRT. What is IRT now? Same must be ILT. So what is IRT?
cos t minus a cos t minus b sin t.
That is equal to cos t minus a cos t plus b sin t. That is 1 minus a cos t minus b sin t is IRT. Same must be ILT. If you go by finding out ILT, then it will be difficult for you because V equal to L di by dt. So I is integration of VL dt. It's somewhat complex, I am saying. I am not discouraging you from that, but let us see whether there is some simple method. So what is being a series circuit, the same must be ILT. Same must be ILT. So what would be L di by dt? That must be V naught. What is V naught? We know it. So we differentiate this, and L is 1. So L is 1. So dIL by dt. What is dIL by dt now? dILT by dt. What is that? This is 1 minus A. 1 minus A minus sin t minus b cos t. That is equal to what? Minus b cos t. This is a minus 1, right? Plus a minus 1 sin. And what we have got? What equation we have got now? What is this? dILT by dt into L. L is 1. So this must be VOT itself. With what VOT we have started? This. Where we have arrived this. So this was same. So A is equal to minus B is one equation. And B is equal to A minus 1 is second equation. So put value of A here. When you put value of A here, what we get? B is equal to A, that is minus B. Minus B minus 1, that is 2B equal to minus 1, that is B equal to minus half, and A equal to half. So the answer is half into bracket cos t minus sin, or half cos t minus half sin t. If bracket you are finding difficult, half cos t minus half sin. So you may have any circuit, the answer is always A cos, suppose if now it is instead of t, if it has 2t, then that always remains there. So a cos 2t plus b sin 2t. We have one more. Another input is cos t, it is L and C, 2 and 2. Or we keep this one and 1 and let this be 2t, cos 2t. 1 and 1 cos 2t. Right. You got the point? Just L is 1, C is 1, input is cos 2t, output to find. Output is always A cos 2t plus B sin 2t and proceed.
ICT का हमने सोचा चाहिए
आयल अरे हे चुकलं हे नाही ICT असतं
IC म्हणजे सिंपल डिवाइडेड
C into D divided
So it is somewhat interesting. I write it at the central place. This is a good fourth method by which you are finding the answers. There is nothing wrong, but it is the correct thing told in a different way. So it is 1 and it is 1. It is cos 2t. And this is now A cos t plus B sin 2t.
2t
Correct. A cos 2t plus B sin. Now, for inductor, how will you proceed now? Let us assume some IT. It was the same being series circuit in only single node and 2 branches only. With IT. So what this would be? Its derivative. Why? I is equal to C dV by dt. And C is 1 here. So IT is equal to, what is it now? Minus 2A sin t plus 2B cos, sorry, plus 2B cos. What it is? It is IT. It is IT. Is it okay? Now, what would be VLT? VLT means voltage across inductor. It is L di by dt. What is I? I is this. What is L? It is 1. So if I take derivative, I get VLT. What is to be done with that? We shall see. What this is now? VLT is its derivative further. That is, it will come again. Minus 2 remain. So minus 4A cos 2t. This 2 will come into minus. Minus 4b sin 2 will be here. VLT is what? VT minus VOT. Is it like that? Voltage across inductor is VLT. VLT is voltage across inductor. What is voltage across inductor? Voltage at one end minus voltage at other end. So this must be equal to what? This must be equal to cos 2t minus a cos 2t minus b sin. So cos t terms you can make together. So this is, what is it? 1 minus a. 1 minus a cos 2t, and this is plus minus b sin 2. So it is actually plus minus 4. Plus minus 4. Is it right? So what we are having here? What we are having? Two equations. Minus 4a must be equal to 1 minus a is minus 4a. And second means what is a? What is a? A is equal to, what is a? A is minus 1/3. Now what about b? Minus 4b equal to minus b means b equal to 0. So minus 1/3 cos 2t. Minus 1/3 cos 2t. There may be some calculation mistake which you have to verify. There may be some calculation mistake which you have to verify. Or otherwise you have to do this one. If the answer is correct, it must be verified. That is, you have to find the current by differentiating, and you should be able to verify that answer minus 1/3 cos 2t is the correct answer. That you can cross verify. Is it right?